In this section, we will talk about sustainability locally by giving some examples of sustainability work being done both at Tri-C and in the community. We'll start with some examples of sustainability efforts at Tri-C. Sustainability and curriculum. As a college, educating about the concept of sustainability and about specific aspects of sustainability is critically important. Educating about sustainability can range from an overview, like what we are talking about right now, to water quality monitoring in a biology class, as in this photo in the upper left, or an assignment or project with a focus on environmental, social, or economic impacts in an English, sociology, or even a math class. There are many different examples, such as looking at our waste to ask what the waste we produce individually and collectively says about our social and economic systems and how we interact with the environment. Understanding energy use, where our energy comes from, and how that affects the environment. Education in general contributes to a more sustainable society by giving people more knowledge and more opportunities in life, contributing to positive social and economic outcomes. Recycling and waste reduction is another big effort at Tri-C. Recycling is the most simple, basic environmental step everyone can take. Tri-C has a goal of keeping half of our waste out of landfills by the year 2025 by either recycling, composting, or finding ways to reuse waste. A key aspect of this effort is to look at ways to reduce the amount of waste coming in by buying less stuff or at least less packaging and having less waste as a result. Tri-C is currently recycling, composting, or otherwise diverting about 1/3 of our total waste, so we've made good progress but still have a way to go. As you hopefully already know, Tri-C collects bottles, cans, paper of all kinds, and cardboard for recycling in blue bins all around our campuses. But a lot of other recycling takes place behind the scenes. Food waste is collected in several kitchens so it can be composted. Scrap metal and other items are collected and recycled by the plant operations departments at all of our campuses. And Tri-C's Records Management Department oversees the shredding and recycling of over 80 tons of documents and records every year. These are just a few examples of recycling and waste reduction efforts at Tri-C. If you want to know more about what can and cannot be recycled in the blue bins around campus at Tri-C, please visit www.tri-c.edu/sustainability and scroll down the page to find a link to Tri-C's mixed recycling guidelines near the bottom of the page under the Resources heading. Energy efficiency is also a big effort at Tri-C. Behind-the-scenes improvements to use less electricity and natural gas to provide the same level of lighting, heating, or cooling have saved Tri-C over $30 million in the last 15 years. Tri-C's Information Technology Services Department is continually working to upgrade and improve the energy efficiency of technology and equipment throughout Tri-C, along with improving the performance of that equipment. The free RTA U-Pass for students improves student access to the college by saving students money on transportation to get to campus. This is a benefit in both the social and economic systems, and it also reduces pollution caused by commuting by getting some people to take the bus rather than drive on their own, which benefits the environmental system. The RTA U-Pass program is a very good example of a program with benefits in all three systems related to sustainability. These are only a few examples of many things happening at Tri-C related to sustainability. More details about sustainability programs and efforts at Tri-C can be found at www.tric.edu/sustainability. Now we'll cover some examples of sustainability efforts in the community. Sustainable Cleveland 2019 is the City of Cleveland Sustainability Program and acts as kind of an umbrella organization for sustainability efforts not only in the city of Cleveland but also around the region. Sustainable Cleveland 2019 is really an economic development plan that also focuses on social well-being and environmental protection. The tagline of the effort is, "Together, we're building a green city on a blue lake." The reason behind 2019 being included in the program's name is that 2019 will be the 50th anniversary of the widely publicized Cuyahoga River fire, and national and international media often come to town to revisit that event. This photo of the river on fire and the photo of the river flowing orange into Lake Erie demonstrate the level of pollution once in the Cuyahoga River. The photo of the fire is actually from 1952, and the 1969 fire was so widely publicized because it made it into Time magazine and became news nationally. The hope of the Sustainable Cleveland effort is to have a city redefined by sustainability to display to the world in 2019. Many changes are already evident, particularly looking at the color of the river today compared to the previous photo. Sustainable Cleveland 2019 has celebration years to focus on a specific topic related to sustainability while building on work done in other sustainability topic areas. The subjects of the celebration years are energy efficiency, local foods, advanced and renewable energy, zero waste, clean water, sustainable transportation, vibrant green space, vital neighborhoods, and lastly and most importantly, people. Another great example of sustainable thinking in Cleveland is Evergreen Cooperatives. Evergreen Cooperatives run 3 businesses. Evergreen Cooperative Laundry, which processes laundry for large institutions like university hospitals and Cleveland Clinic. Green City Growers, which operates a large greenhouse near East 55th Street, Kinsman Road, and Grand Avenue. And Evergreen Energy Solutions, which installed the large field of solar just east of University Circle on Euclid Avenue and also does energy efficiency work. These are all cooperatives, meaning employees are part owners of the businesses and have a say in decisions and operations. They hire people from the neighborhoods in which they operate, creating good jobs and opportunities. It is a very unique concept in this country, and it has become a national model for bringing good jobs back to cities that have lost them and for investing in inner city communities. Evergreen cooperatives have become such a national model that a video has been made about the concept, which is being called the Cleveland Model. Please pause this presentation now and watch the 4.5-minute Cleveland Model video by clicking on the link that just popped up, or if no link popped up, by searching for the Cleveland Model on YouTube in a different browser tab. Here are some more examples of local sustainability efforts grouped by some of Sustainable Cleveland's celebration years, starting with local food. There are many examples, including the Riddall Green Partnership, which operates at East 81st and Otter Avenue, just off Kinsman Avenue. They farm and do training for both youth and adults. In addition to vegetable farming, they also do aquaponics, or fish farming, that works together with growing plants. Fish are in tanks, which have a tray of plants growing several feet above them. The water circulates between the fish and the plants above, so the fish waste, which is really fish poop, helps feed the plants, and the plants help clean and purify the water for the fish. The Riddall Green Partnership is a great example of sustainability because they use waste as a resource in their operations. They have recovered neglected urban land for good use and neighborhood benefit, and they produce food locally and organically. The Ohio City Farm near the West Side Market is a 6-acre farm and one of the largest contiguous urban farms in the country, another great local example. Chateau Huff is a vineyard and a biocellar in the Huff neighborhood. The biocellar is a greenhouse built on an old home foundation and is visible at the back of the photograph. The biocellar goes below the frost line, which extends the growing season for things like shiitake mushrooms, which are in demand by local restaurants. Chateau Huff takes advantage of land that used to have abandoned homes and is now being used for something productive. Of course, the West Side Market has been a source of food from local vendors in Cleveland for over 100 years. In addition to these examples, there are many farmers markets and urban farms throughout Cleveland and larger farms nearby which supply food for the region. Zero waste was the 2014 celebration theme, meaning moving toward a goal of no waste, where anything that is considered waste can be used as a resource for something else. Examples of this include recycling, which takes used materials and remanufactures them back into new products. This is the easiest way we can all take part in moving towards zero waste. Curbside recycling has been rolling out around Cleveland and is offered in just about all other areas of the region. Creative reuse or upcycling takes waste and reuses it in a new way. There is a business in the St. Clair Superior neighborhood called Upcycle Parts Shop, which has materials for use as craft supplies and also makes things like what is in the picture. Flowers made of old plastic bottles and wire hangers that can be used as a centerpiece for a home or a restaurant. Composting takes food waste, yard waste, and other plant waste and manages the way it breaks down to create nutrient-rich, beneficial soil. Composting is a great example of making good use of something that is otherwise considered waste. Composting is happening at the Riddall Green Partnership and at many community gardens around the region. The Cuyahoga County Solid Waste Management District is a government agency that works with cities on waste plans and recycling and has a lot of great information on their website for residents on ways to generate less waste at home, at work, or in the community, as well as information about reuse and recycling options. Clean water is the 2015 celebration theme, highlighting Lake Erie as a tremendous local resource, but also highlighting some of the challenges to keeping Lake Erie clean. The Great Lakes system contains about 21% of the world's available fresh water. And at a time when there has been a lot in the news about the drought in California, we are very fortunate to have access to such a tremendous water supply. However, pollution of Lake Erie remains a major concern locally, mostly due to stormwater and combined sewer overflows. Please pause this presentation now and watch the short video about how stormwater can lead to combined sewer overflows, either by clicking on the link that just popped up, or if no link popped up, by opening a new browser tab and visiting www.neorsd.org/CSO and watching the What is a CSO video down the page on the right side. Combined sewer overflows lead to raw sewage flowing out into Lake Erie, which damages water quality. More efficiently managing stormwater so it can flow directly into the ground rather than into the sewer system, and increasing the capacity of the sewer system to avoid combined sewer overflows are both high priorities locally to help keep our water clean. Even with some water quality concerns, Cleveland still has great tap water. Tap water compared to bottled water is a big issue too. A lot of bottled water is just tap water that is filtered and bottled, but it creates waste, and unfortunately, a lot of plastic bottles don't end up getting recycled. Bottled water also takes resources like gas or diesel fuel to power the truck hauling it from where it was bottled to where it will be sold. This graphic from Cleveland Water shows how the cost of bottled water can add up over the course of a year compared to tap water. These calculations use the average cost of bottled water in Cleveland and assume that the recommended amount of water is consumed every day. That's a half gallon of water per day. And they conclude that $1,756 could be saved in a year by drinking tap water instead of bottled water. Even if this is a high estimate of savings, and you have concerns about the quality of tap water at home, these savings would more than cover the cost of a filtering pitcher or some kind of other water filtering system if you're able to drink tap water instead of buying bottled water. Not to mention reducing the amount of waste produced by over 1,000 plastic bottles. These examples related to local food, zero waste, and clean water we have just covered are only some examples of sustainability in Cleveland. There are many more. They include working to make neighborhoods stronger, better, and more prepared for the future, improving educational opportunities, and pursuing social and environmental justice, among others. This is the end of the presentation of local examples of sustainability efforts.